Here's an interesting question that's popped up in the last few days. What's the connection between the coronavirus crisis and the push to build out a big, robust 5G wireless network for the country? Well, here's the step-by-step process that connects those two dots. First of all, there's a desire right now for Washington to produce a big new economic stimulus package. Both House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and President Trump have talked about this in recent days, and both want to make part of that package a push to improve America's infrastructure, to create jobs by having projects that improve America's infrastructure. The thinking here is that what Washington has done so far, including the big $2 trillion package recently passed, is mostly an economic rescue, stop the economic bleeding created by the coronavirus slowdown. But that as the year goes on, more will be needed. There will be a need to have an economic stimulus package to get the economy moving again. And with interest rates so low, nobody seems particularly afraid about issuing more government debt to pay for that infrastructure project. Secondly, at the same time, there's a desire to build out the 5G network, because what has happened in America during the coronavirus crunch is that the country has moved online in a bigger way. You now have more people working from home online, you have students learning from home online, you have more telemedicine being practiced, and there's probably no turning back the clock on any of those trends now. And third, there's a desire not to fall behind China and not to be dependent on China for this new need for a 5G network. Americans were concerned in the coronavirus crisis to learn we were more dependent than they thought on China for both medicines and medical equipment. Nobody wants to be in that position when the 5G push begins in earnest, and that includes not being dependent on Huawei, the big Chinese tech company, for 5G equipment. So there's a desire to make America the 5G country on its own. So put those all together and you have a push for a big new infrastructure package and a growing desire to see a 5G effort by the federal government as part of that package.